it is another beautiful day to bring this program to you, coming live from Equa Television Africa. It's today's live, and we're also live on Facebook and on YouTube. And on Facebook is at Equa Television, same as YouTube. My name is Joyce Yakwari. In the studio with me is Lois and Sele.
Good morning.
Morning.
How you all doing?
Fine, and you?
I'm fine, Lois. Thanks for asking. Thanks for asking, Sele.
Miss you here.
Okay. Thanks for visiting me. I miss you too. And I also miss the show, but it's good to be back. Today we shall be talking understanding. Understanding. What do you understand by understanding? That's what we'll be talking today on the show. Do I have to, okay, let me not go deep now. A different place that I'm coming from, you understand? But okay, I'm asking if you understand now. I'm asking for your understanding. Or understand with you that this is your own opinion and
Learning.
okay.
So automatically in being understanding, it starts to do with accommodation, I think, too, because you have someone to go into that. But then sometimes you understand your point of view, but I'm coming from a different point of view. Yes, I'm trying to accommodate weigh what you say and see if I can
understand something. Seeing so many examples of it happening in it and going exposed to, and this is based on their understanding the story of Moses and better how it has been maybe from Sunday school handing his word to understand you behave that will make you to behave in some setting. What aspects, what should
We should start with work.
understanding at work?
Like you said, because if you don't understand your assignment, you might not do exactly what is intended. I think it's very key. Sometimes we hear people say this thing often. She doesn't understand me. She doesn't understand me, and what happened. Is it because the person didn't understand what you're trying to say, or the way you act, you said it, or something? So you have to understand your primary assignments at the workplace, and then understand the people around you, how to relate with them, how you say some things at a particular time. I know there's a message I read about, or I listened to rather, about understanding times and seasons. You know, there are times you meet your colleague and then the person might not be in a good mood and you do not understand that particular emotions that is going through that person, and it might just end up going the wrong way, different from what you intended for it to be. So I think
I would like to add, before you say something, Stella, I would like to add to understanding at the work environment or place of businesses as, okay, it's just part of life and, you know, you just do it reluctantly or nonchalantly. But we always forget that when you are placed at a place, you know, is more like an assignment on you. And we always have the choices and the options to choose where we want to work. Even in Nigeria, where we cry unemployment, what have you, it's not everything you would like to do. You know, you won't want to be a menial laborer, or you won't want to work in the hospital, because you know that, okay, this is your career path, this is what you want to do, even with the unemployment that we always talk about. So we're always deliberate and intentional in picking where we want to work. Now, in picking where you want to work, first of all, you must have spoken to God about it. If you are if you're a believer now, that I'm bringing it out to, you've spoken to God about it, this is my career path, I want to do it or not, and he placed you in a place. Now what you're supposed to do is, you know that, okay, this is an assignment. You ask God, what is my assignment here? But we always forget that there's an assignment on the assignment we're supposed to do. We always see it as, okay, let me, like someone would say, do your work, get your money and go home. Forgetting that there's an assignment, and forgetting that the assignment, at the end of the day, you will finish it. At the end of the day, it will elapse, and where will you go to the next time? If we understand that, we understand time and chance. If we understand that, I don't think we will carry so much pain that, okay, this company used me, or this organization don't appreciate me, or whatsoever. There are some things that even when people are showing you some character, or when people are treating you in some type of way, you'll be silent about it, because that's not your assignment. They are only distractions in your assignment. They are more like trials. They are more like things that are put, you know, to see if you have the strength. Because sometimes we pray and we'll forget that, okay, we've prayed about maybe strength. Okay, we prayed about humility. Then we go about our businesses. Then when we are put in a position to prove our humility, then we start asking God, why? God, what is happening? God, let me tell you a story. Now there was Christian persecution that come around to do Bible study in another city. Let's say here in Jos, then baby Christians are being persecuted. Let's get so many things that we can travel. Send someone to travel and distribute Bibles to these persecuted acts, you know, that will sustain them. Then they agree, they pray. Having so many, like the prisons are being crowded, was picked to get the Bibles and go distribute in that state. Arrested, you know, for having so many Bibles, knowing that, okay, this. Then he was like, God, why people to save the world, so many of the wise? Then in his quiet time, he realized that they prayed, that they needed, like, really go to just juvenile or this prison. Okay, they asked him, he looked not, and he said, well, he was supposed to take the gospel. Then they sat down, he started talking to them about the word of God. They were Christians in the prisons that have given up hope. Like, they didn't even want to hear about Jesus. But when they felt, okay, their life has ended and nothing to be done about it. Because they gave up hope that, okay, they will never see the light of day anymore. And someone was sent, you know, and he drew them back to Christ. That maybe is being a shoulder to somebody. Maybe one thing or the other. Maybe being a moral seller will leave us to another place. But she will never forgive, dodge or something. But definitely people make impact in our life till he resigns or till she resigns. I will do this, I will do that. This person wants to show me that, you know, they have more knowledge or whatsoever. We gave this person a platform and the person is now a superstar. Oh, wow, I will show you that I am the one on the seat. You're not. You're not the one on the seat. Enemy of the progress that the gospel is not even going out. This person is doing his or her best to. We can't deny people that prefer you on TV. You are the one-mindedness. You spoke to us even in our things as sure. Or back then, up to that they've not done. They've not have the fear that, okay, so what? So I'm a child through which time and chance, like a thing
You can't understand whether you are intelligent, because the thing for you to apply, you know what the book says, that the pot work with you and understand at the level of not understanding, they don't on this person, because God will make a way for you. So when we open yourself, because it's just like it's one thing for you to it's anything. So it's the same when it's especially way, because we really had at another time and the person will take it for you, saying whether it's animated or sculpt, so that it will last longer. So I think when it's more, not just they keep talking about that person. Why other person is the place you work? You need, when I see you don't just stop at
most times when you how the people are, go to a new work environment, a lot of unnecessary, there are people that you will, and sometimes we find out some people around there to avoid.
I would say I someone that way, or I will break up with you. no molded. You can be, but they refuse to always do better. Their lives, they don't apply it at the knowledge. In secondary school, my friend, but from the beginning, yeah, she does that. How do you apply it in your storybook? Tell you the story that this he was born, how, or you just feel people that do things wrongly, even with the knowledge that they have. He said that when you know better, you ought to. But there are so many things you don't want to do, and against or between you fulfilling. I think we should get married. The classes by 5 p.m. Mondays. Let's flow, let's faster that you always go to church 5 p.m. Why do you want, or things like that, you know? Or sometimes you want to show that you live this life that you're living with this and that where you are wrong, you know, you don't even apologize. It's very simple things out of when I'm offered what was promised, even in the Bible, you know, that's where I always have a based on they are done with all this madness. When you are done with all this,
understanding is actually doing what is right. So get into that relationship, you start behaving like fuel subsidy and things. Understanding is you being considerate, being open-minded. We sat down with this and light, we can go together. I said, okay, let's go. I was trying to, those 2 prostitutes came to him, and when one died and the other was flogged. From understanding the women, and I'm very sure, or possibly let me say from my understanding of the story, is there are certain body languages, there's this direction this person is coming from.
Definitely
God will just let you know that this thing is not it. But when you are not connected, when you don't have that spirit of discernment, that is when you just do things anyhow. What am I trying to say? In relationship, when there's this discernment, you tend to understand your other partner. In fact, that is where you even understand the words that are yet to be said. From my body language, you tend to understand that I'm not happy. From my voice, you could tell that. And that's why I remember when we were saying, when there was a conversation, I think the topic we're having, and I said, I prefer phone calls to text message because it's easy for me gone as far as to understand certain notes from your voice. I know that this is the way you are. So I know that when I just say, like, are you okay? Because I've gone that far, not just to see you facial and like, okay, Joyce, have fun, then I just pass. No. But we have a relationship. And if I value that relationship, I'll go that far to understand certain things about you. What is the thing you love? What is it that when I say upsets you? What are the things that I know that I, you know, open my heart to know, okay, she loves her work. How can I help her to promote her work? So that she will also see from that point, from the point of view I'm coming from, that I also love fun. I'll help her be able to cover this assignment so we can have time to have fun together. But if it's just about being self-centered, just about you, then there's no way for understanding. You don't understand your other partner to be able to hear where somebody will say, my mom does not understand me. My dad does not understand. Why do you think those things are coming from? Possibly because we feel okay, our parents are coming from that 1980s. And we're in the 20s, study, you leave your principles. No, but at a point in time, you lower yourself, you humility, that's the word now. You humble yourself, okay, what can I do to make things better for this person? Okay, I realize you love service. So let me just help her dust her car to cover us so she'll get to work. The little thing, just like you said, love is not complicated. They're just very little things you do, and the person will know that, yes, this person is understanding, this person is accommodative of me. And so I think we really need to go that far of, just like I said, doing away with pride, because I think pride is actually what is like a veil covering your face. It's just friendship. When you remove that veil, and then, okay, if I want to really understand this person, why don't we do things this way? Why don't I also see things from her own point of view? And before I realize, you guys will work together smoothly without having issues.
I believe that in relationship, either love relationship, work relationship, or whatever kind of relationship it is, when I know that I'm supposed to do this for you and I do it, like taking self, when we remove all this pride and ego and all of that, just do your, when both parties are on the same page and then you do your part, I do my part, I think relationships will not be as hard as we often see it. Like you both have said, love relationship, they are very easy things. But then when you look at it, the high rate of divorce now, and a lot of things, relationships do not even last. I know we make fun of all these memes or memes, or I don't know what they call it. that my phone laughing at me when I saved my new boyfriend's number as hobby. You know, we've really taken all these things for granted today because we know that relationships hardly last because of how selfish we have become over time. We've seen how our parents' marriages have been. Most of them didn't even have all this relationship. They didn't even date and all of that. They just saw themselves and then. But how it's not like they didn't have quarrels, they didn't have misunderstandings in the marriage. But we as children, we hardly even notice all of that because I believe they had this certain level of understanding between themselves. But today, with all the seminars, with all the books, with all the teachings we have we've heard every day, we have issues. If we try to understand each other, try to understand our part that we we play in each other's lives, I think it will go a long way in this relationship.
And you know another thing why we have so many of that is because we are the woke generation. Back then they used to do it like, you know, local people, the bush people and the rest. So now we are the woke generation. This is how we want. You see a woman telling you, I want, there's nothing wrong about her wants. If she wants that, she should look for that kind of person that has the capacity to do that. But she should not look for someone, you know, that is struggling. It will definitely cut or it will definitely. But when you know that, okay, this is the type of things I want, then you work on yourself too so that you can reflect that kind of thing, then attract it. It's better than for you to say, okay, these are the things I want. Then you are stressing the young boy that doesn't even have that freshly made food. I don't want stale food. I don't want this. I don't want that. Then you carry somebody's daughter. You want her to be cooking fresh meal in the morning, fresh meal in the afternoon, fresh meal in the evening. There is nothing wrong about your wants. There is a daughter that has been trained in that way. You know, a mother trained her in that way because she did the same thing in the father's house, like in her husband's house. That's the mother now, where the daughter was always helping and all. But now I don't have that knowledge. I wasn't trained that way, and you want me to start doing that without even giving me the liberty to learn, you know, those things. Let me learn. Tell me, okay, these are the things. And you, the girl, you know that, okay, these are the things that this guy is asking you. And you want to enter. It's not to cook from morning to night. We will do them now. Women, when you hear women, they will tell you that, let's enter first now. You will see how I will deal with it. You know, okay, the mother is dealing with me now. Let me enter. I will show her who is the boss. No. You are entering. It's as if they feel, okay, entering, that maybe they will just enter. Then they can go out anytime. You understand people to avoid them. You understand people to be with them. Or you even understand people to, you know, love them from afar. It's simple. It's easy. We shouldn't understand people so that we can be in their lives. No. There are so many. I have different type of friends. I have the ones I'm very close with. I have the ones I'm close with. Then I have the ones that are there. You know, be it, okay, I can't generalize. When it's about me, this how she will go or he will go with my matter. These are the people I can do the same for, or I can go any length or whatsoever. Then I have the ones that I know that if I tell this person this thing, I will hear it in a different way, different manner, or some things will be added. Or I am a private person, but if I tell this person this thing, definitely that private person that I am, I will stop being private because definitely it will get. So there are how I deal with them. You see, when you observe, when you understand people, this is how you understand them. There's a story told of a man that he saw a snake burning in a bush. He tried to save the snake. Then he grabbed the snake by the tail, looked for a metal or a wood, you know. He came back, he picked up the snake. Then someone was standing watching him. He was like, you picked this snake from the beginning. This was what happened to you. Now you still looked for something and you saved this snake. Why? When they have fear or whatsoever,
they retaliate that way.
Yes, that's the first thing, to bite. But it would not change my nature to help it because it is about to die. You know, it's burning in a bush. It will not change my nature. That's how it's supposed to be. When you understand people, they should not change your nature on who you are. You understand? But you should have the understanding that this is how this person is. This is how this person wants to be treated. Or this is how you understand based on the knowledge that you have and based on how you react.
I think the reason why sometimes reason why things like that is because you might feel betrayed so much, and so at a point in time you just feel, okay, let me just understand this person based that we have to work together. It's not a must. Let me just know.
But Sally, do you know what? Even when you avoid, changing your nature is not, I'm not talking about changing your character or whatsoever. You understand? You can understand this person, okay, this person is difficult and the rest will just have a work relationship. But it will stop you from loving the person. I'm talking about love now in the general. You know that, okay, this is how this person is, and it's not everybody that you
have to come close to.
And I blended understanding and intelligence. When you're intelligent, just to add up to what you say, when you're intelligent about something, you've, just like we said, from the mind, I've taken my time to actually know, okay, this is how this person is. So now I know how to do certain things with certain people. Maybe earlier on I was just carried with the knowledge that this is how people are. But right now I should go further to know that, okay, I need to understand this person better. I need to know how to relate with you. I need to know when to open my boundaries and when to close my boundaries to certain things. So I think when we are relating with people, regardless of where we find, we just lose my guard. When you're understanding of something, when you understand something, you're intelligent to know when to give a little and when to draw back. So I think we really need to also put that at the back of our mind of certain things. There are things that you have to just stop at knowledge of it. I just know you from there. And let it be there. And there are things that you have to go further to dig deeper, because some people, no matter how you dig, they are deeper than deep. You have to keep digging and digging and digging and digging to know, so let you understand them from this particular point of view. This is just what I want you to know, and they stop at there. If you go further that you want to know more than that, you get hurt in the process. So when you know that there are certain people that are like that, you know when to leave. Because in relationship, I think that's why we have the high level of divorce. We have people coming out saying that I've saved you lots of things. You just admire the word marriage. You just admire the idea of what it feels like to be with a man. But you didn't sit down to actually understand the intrigues. What really does it entail to be married? What really does it entail to be a friend with this person? She has her baggages, I have my baggages. Can we really move together? So when you really take your time, it's not just about getting carried away with, okay, she have the things I think I'll benefit from her, but the fresh meal. Did you think you have the strength, you have the time to do all that? If we sit down and really understand things and not just be carried away by the idea or the outer beauty of certain things, I think it will save us lots of heartache and, some pain in the long run.
When you were talking about this stale food and fresh food stuff, I just remember this movie that I watched a long time ago about the husband loving all these freshly made meals and all of that. But then before she took in her home, and then at the end of the day when they cooked not freshly made, he ate it, and
that's the time she realized that no,
this man didn't
progress.
How big she will end up becoming. So sometimes we have to look at all those kind of all those situations when you are in a relationship with someone that you intend to settle down with. Definitely, sometimes some people go into relationship not for the intention of settling down, and probably they don't even want to see your progress. So when going into all this kind of relationship, you have to be very sensitive in knowing, okay, does this person understand my calling in saying? So understanding where you are going and where the other person is going, whether if the person is your friend or your family member, is very essential. There are times that I mentioned earlier, understanding time and seasons. They knew that, okay, something has happened, a savior was born, and they went there, they went in time. So when we understand all those kind of things, I think it will go a long way in helping us.
It's very true. And understanding is very important. Knowledge, understanding is very important, because it has to do with our lives too. If you don't have an understanding of something, or you don't have the knowledge of something, it's as if you're putting your life at risk. Your life can be taken anytime. Let's look at the life of Jesus when he was tempted. He understood the nature of Satan. when he was tempted, like, turn this bread, stone to bread, jump, I'll give you. That's so nice to me. Come, let's hug and just give me these things. No, he didn't say that. He understood that there was a bigger assignment. He understood that, no, I can't settle for less.
Yes.
When my father owns these
The
things,
world.
I cannot. And what did he say? He that, okay, having a bigger understanding of what is next. And that's what women don't have. Most women, some women. A man is coming with some beautiful nonsense, telling you these are the things I will do. Me like this when I enter just. Auntie, you're already talking on based on the promise. You know, something that you've not even seen. Even if you are seeing it, did you ask God? God, give me the understanding, or give me the what can I do? Do you understand? How should I do it? Is this for me? And God will tell, sometimes God will tell you no, but he will say yes. Jesus, did you say no? Yes. He will still say no. I said, like this girl that I always watch, she will go to Jesus. This is it. He's going to see for yourself might cost you your life, because you don't even know, you know, what you are getting at the end of the day. Look at what Jesus did. We should always ask ourselves, what will Jesus do? Because we want to rush. Okay, he's coming with the promises. He wants to buy you this, do this. In short, don't worry, we will have nannies. He won't do any. You will be this, you will be that. Then I'm telling my friends, I'm already proud of it. First year of marriage. No, nothing like nice. Let me be the nanny. Let me be the slave. Let me just do to save my marriage. Because women always want to save their marriages. They don't want to be the laughing stock. They don't want to be called the rejected ones, because they can't even go back to their parents. They can't even go back to their fathers. They can't even do anything. Then we even have the, you know, at the end of the day, do you think it will stop because it's marriage? No, that's the time.
Earlier, I said, Sele, you don't want, because you understand something of Satan, he didn't acquire thing or the particular person.
We are talking understanding every the thing or something. Understanding is so wide. Beginning of the show, we are live on Facebook and YouTube, and we're saying wow back to you. Thank you. Coming up with the message of salvation. I had Lois and I had Sele on the show today. Why don't you join us tomorrow? See you. Bye.